this damage, we're going to use a bendable centipede. The reason is we want to be in the base or the bottom of the dent here before we're going to pull out the body line and straighten it out and bring it out as far as we can. Before we start knocking down, we want to bring it out as far as possible. The tool we're using today here, as you can see, there is not a lot of room to use the beam here. And this is one piece. This here is welded to this part here on the chassis. So this is one fender here. So there is, as you can see, not so much stability. There is one advantage though. If you stay on the same panel, you can use the K-bar here, slide it over, and then hold down this part and just straighten out the body line and pull it out. That's what we're going to attempt to do to bring it out. So same thing here, you swiped it here and pushed in the fender. Same technique, use your K-bar here, put the tab on the body line, go as close as you can, grab it here, and then you can pull it up by holding down the fender and just straightening out this edge. We have these repairs every day. The panel is swiped, pushed in slightly, just glue on a centipede, pull it out, and make sure you can pull out that line. We need to lift it a little bit here and lift it a little bit here. Let's see how we can repair. Make sure that you hold the tab until the glue starts setting, so you can touch the base of the dent, because you want to lift the deepest area in the dent, of course. For this one here, we can use a rigid centipede, working with the Camauto Glue here. I'll let it set. As you can see, we are using a light. I want to see later on when I'm pulling, taking out this dent here, bringing out that body line. I want to make sure that I don't over pull, and want to see where I'm at while I'm pulling. So as you can see, we lifted the area out. There are some crowns left here. But we're going to release this tab first to look at where we are on the edge, how this line is behaved, before we do any more stronger eventual pulling on this thing here. We're going to release that one first, and just before we do, you needed to lift this one a little bit. So there is no other lifter that allows you to do this way. So slide it over, make sure your foot is inside where the light is, and so you can lift this edge. Don't know if you can see how it moves. So bring it out like I did here. Should be enough to make sure this edge is where it needs to be, and this one. And then we're going to blend away these things here and make sure we can straighten out the panel. But you can see with one pull here how far the dent came out already, how the line came back. We just need to work this crown here and see that we can straighten out this panel. Out this deeper part here, this one here, make it release. We're going to glue a tab, different shape over there. We release the crowns a little bit. Not going to do it 80% or 90% or 100% yet, because we want to make sure we bring this strongest part out first before we finish anything off. So this is how it looks after the first pulling. There's no worries, we're going to finish it off later on. I'm going to use one of these black ice tabs to bring out this thing here. This is the latest technology on slide hammering. You might have noticed these springs, they're specially designed to give a dead blow of a pull. So dead blow with a hammer has a good effect, as you know, to bring down larger crowns. But the latest technology in slide hammers is using this type of spring on the end of slide hammers. So instead of the hard snap an old school slide hammer gives, this here dampens the blow, and that helps you to pull the tab and not releasing it by a cold snap and breaking the glue. So the more you can dead blow or pull with a spring, the more efficient the tab will start pulling dents and bringing them up, and bringing out or pulling out a dent instead of snapping out a cold snap with risk for the paint as well. So less risk for your paint, less breaking of the glue, and better and higher pulling. But be careful, because you can destroy a panel with this type of pulling, as you will see. The only thing you should do is, when you're slide hammering, start a little bit faster as what you're used to, because if the glue is not completely hardened out, you will have a more consistent and a softer pull on the paint, but a stronger pull on the metal. The colder the glue, the more snappy or the colder the snap will be, and the more risk for your paint. So if you can start pulling a little bit before you would with a lifter, do it a little bit wetter on a slide hammer, if that makes any sense. So you hear this dead blow? If I would tie it down, so that takes the spring effect away, you'll hear the difference. You hear that? Well, if you release the spring again, you'll have more of a dead blow. You hear that? So that's the difference. So most of it came out. We'll need to tap it down now and bring out the deeper part, as you can see, and pull it again. For the next smaller pull, I'm going to use one of our flip tabs. You can use both sides with a pass-through lifter. As you could see, the damage that remained here was not so deep, but rather strong enough because it's close to the edge. I don't want to bring out the edge more than I already did, so I'm going to use this lifter here, our robo lifter, to hold back the edge. As you can see here, it's a double action lifter. It holds back the metal and pulls at one side. So that double action pull here is holding the edge, and as you can see, I'm going to massage out the deeper part. Hopefully don't destroy the panel. That's gonna give me a knockdown session. You see one small tab, what it can do next to the edge, it can destroy your panel if you're not careful. Slapping down those crowns, bigger crowns, in my opinion, there is no better slapper than, or hammer, than the 360 crown slapper we have here. You can put it in all directions, but it flattens out metal in a way I didn't notice ever on bigger crowns with any other hammer. We also have this one for it. You can put the rubber cap on it, and it'll have more of a dead blow. But it's up to you. I like metal to metal, but sometimes dead blow is nice and easy to work too. So if you want to go smaller, we have our knockdown holders, Black Swan, in different setups. You can use it with a metal knockdown or our hammer with the knockdown holder, and then you can work from far away on those crowns and knock down details if you prefer working with a knockdown.